Thank you so much for joining us for another in our series, A Story to Tell. Today we have with us Mrs. Violet Reid, and she will be sharing her journey with us. Good morning, Mama Reid. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing well.
So tell me now, where were you born? Which parish and which hospital are you born at home?
Dear, we don't go to. All right. I was born in St. Catherine, Beggars Bushar County, because I think I don't know. Somebody made a house with a zinc roof,
Yes.
and every time somebody asked him about it, he said, "Come see."
Oh, so that's where you get the name from. So what year were you born in?
Year
Yeah.
1927.
1927, so you're 96? That's right, 96 years old. That's a mighty long way you're coming from,
That's a
Mama.
mighty long way.
Mighty, mighty long way. And the Lord has kept you thus far.
Yes.
All right, so what was your mom's name and your dad's name?
My mother's name was Rachel. You want her maiden name?
Yes.
Rachel Richards.
And daddy?
Alfred Marriott.
Okay. And they eventually got married. They got married. So she became Rachel
Marriott.
Okay. So they got married before they had you? Or?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh. So what about your siblings? How many siblings do you have? And you remember the names?
All right. The first one was Winston. Second one was Myrtle. I am the third. Then I have Mabel.
Yes.
And the list goes on.
So it's how much are you in total? How much are you in total?
8. 8 of us.
8. But I don't think I can remember all 8 now.
I think I can remember all 8.
No, I wouldn't put you under that pressure. If you tell me the list goes on, it sounds like it's quite a long list. So
no, it's 8 of us. Mabel, Ida, Amy, Norma, and Edwin. How many of there?
Sound like close to the 8. Yes. So you said you were the third one. Okay, so when you were born, how old was your older siblings ahead of you? Far ahead or is a year apart?
No, man. No, far ahead.
Probably a year or two.
Maybe a year
or
2 years. Yeah.
Older than you. Okay, so you're pretty close. So you remember that the first school that you went to?
St. Faith's School.
And that is in St. Catherine as well?
Yes.
St. Faith School? Okay.
And the principal was Jonathan Mackenzie Cousins.
Mr. Cousins. Okay, and how long you spent at that school? As a primary school or as an elementary school?
Elementary school in those years.
Okay.
And you couldn't spend one day over 15 years.
They let you graduate at 15. So when you graduated, where you go from there?
Well, if you want to do the Jamaica local exam, you could come to the school in the evenings. Yeah.
And that's what you chose to do? You did the Jamaica local exam?
Yeah.
Okay, and how was it? Was good? Easy?
I don't know if it was easy, if we would call it easy at that time.
So tell us, Grandma Reid, how were you as a child? You were well behaved or you used to give a lot of trouble?
No, so we have to well behave because I'm going to tell you something now. I grew when my aunt
Yes.
Aunt Leah.
Mm-hmm.
She got married. And at the time, I was the third child for my parents. And she asked them to make me come stay with her to accompany her.
Yes.
All right. When she had her first child now, she still asks my mother said, well, you can't give me back my child now.
Can you have one of your own?
She said, let me stay there now to accompany her child. Her name was Maisie.
Yes.
And I stayed here. I never go back home to my parents.
Just stayed with your aunt.
Aunt Leah.
Aunt Leah. So after you left school, what era you went into? You went to work straight away, or you went to do further schooling?
No, man, we never have no. We have enough work to do at home.
So you work at home and help mama and daddy.
Yes, wash and cook and clean and
Okay, so tell us now how you met your husband and what was his name?
my husband's name is Herbert Nathaniel Reid.
Herbert Nathaniel Reid. And how you met him? You used to pass by the house?
We were actually good neighbors.
Live close by. And tell us that interaction that you had with him. Good interaction.
Yes.
And tell us how did this marriage thing come about? He went to Aunt Leah and tell her that he's interested to get married with you or what?
Yes, I remember him came on there and then began to ask what him have, how him can, and whatever.
And he passed the test. Passed the test. So you think he was a decent young man as well?
Yes, man.
Why?
Yeah.
What qualities he had?
He was in the church. I used to go to the Methodist, the Methodist church.
Which one?
Wesleyan Methodist.
Wesleyan, yes.
And he used to go to the United Pentecostal Church
Okay.
down Cassava River.
Cassava River.
I don't know if any river was there.
Yes, but that's the name of it. So you used to go to church before you got married.
Yeah.
And when you got married, you and him, you went to your Wesleyan church, or you started going to his church?
No, man, may have to. I had to. What thing to what? Not equally yoked.
Oh, so you had to go to his church then?
And I had to. I was baptized and filled with the Holy Ghost, spoke in tongues as the evidence before.
Okay. So you guys got married in what, 1957? And you moved out. You lived in the same community, or you went somewhere different to live?
Okay, we were not long in the same community because he used to do so well in his church.
So you moved from St. Catherine and went to Malvern to help start that work.
Yeah.
Okay. And how was that living in St. Elizabeth now? New environment that you're not used to.
It was kind of difficult because, number one, at that time when we went down to St. Elizabeth, rain hardly fall down. Yes. And it was hard even to get food.
Oh my. Okay. So what year that you guys went to St. Elizabeth? You remember the year?
We got married the 22nd of
December
December
1957.
19 when?
57, we got married.
57, yeah. What was the question you asked?
When you went to St. Elizabeth, how long after you got married? Which year?
How long? Let me see. When I remember when we got married and went down there, the first not the I got a job in a school, St. Albans School, and they were saying that me shouldn't bother come to the school. That was what, 1957?
Yes.
I shouldn't bother come because me just go and come dirty up the register.
Oh my. Why they say that?
Because they think me was pregnant, why we get married.
Oh, what a thing. So you still went to the school, right?
Yeah,
That was what year? You remember the year?
57 months.
57, the same year. So you married the same year and you went to St. Elizabeth the same year. Same year, okay. Tell us about your children. Who was the first one, the second go down?
All right, Dave, Phil, Faith, Carlene, one Derry, she died. Steve, and let me see who come after Steve, Connie, and Zerny was the last one.
You said one died. How did she die?
What they call this thing where children have bronchitis?
So she died at what age? By she was about 1 year old, thereabout, in that year, the first year.
Yes.
She passed away, the bronchitis. So how did you feel with that passing?
It was terrible, man. Dr. Glenn Campbell said that it was a vicious, what do you call it? It was a vicious attack of the
bronchitis. And they couldn't really do much to help her.
You know, because when we were thinking to take her to Black River Hospital,
yes,
she died the night.
Oh, okay. So you guys had a funeral service and thing for her.
Let me see how it go now. We were living up there, so yes. I don't even quite remember now, but I remember. I remember we lived at a rent house up at New Malvern, they call the place.
Yes.
And our property that we owned, Mount Olivet, you have to leave up New Malvern now and go down. And I remember somebody carrying the little coffin on his head. Yeah. So she was buried down and we got permission to bury her. Do the burial down at our property.
Your property. Oh, so she was buried on your property. She was buried on your property?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So going back to your teaching career now, tell us, you stayed at St. Albans, and or did you do further studies into the teaching, or tell us about that part into the teaching here?
The Teachers College, Bethlehem, Charlotte, and the Roman Catholic College name again, St. Joseph. They couldn't take the amount of people that
needed training.
So they institute a in-service teacher education.
And what was that all about? The in-service?
You did all the same work that you would do if you was at the Teachers College. But you same thing. You take the first year, second year.
And that was in St. Elizabeth. You did that in service teacher training, and it lasted for how long?
Well, as long as you could take you're supposed to do it in 3 years, just like the teacher's college exam.
Yes.
But some people, if you didn't fail, I forget now how many times you could fail.
So you completed that now and went straight into the teaching profession. And you stayed at St. Albans, or you went to a different school?
No, I stayed at St. Albans for perhaps 40 years.
What? So what grade you used to teach?
The babies, man, all the time.
What you mean, just coming to school? The early childhood, or is like grade 1, 6 years old?
They don't reach school age yet.
Oh, so like the preschool age.
Yes.
Preschool. Okay, and you stayed at that level right throughout the 40 years? Or you went up to the
I
higher grades?
remember one year when inspector came there, I had 69 children in my class.
69.
69.
Wow.
And the inspector began to get bad. Inspector Ferguson began to get bad about it. And
That was too much.
and it was 35 of them were not on the register. 35 of them, their brother and sister up in the school.
Yeah.
That time we leave school at 6th class, they call it at that time. But you, at 15,
Yes.
if it's 15 today, you have to leave today. God of mercy, they wouldn't even give you a day over.
Not a day over. Growing up the 9 children, what type of work did Daddy used to do, Mr. Herbert?
He used to do farming.
Okay, so he was a farmer. And that was sufficient to cover the household.
The people used to say, if you hang up the potato slip on a tree,
Yes.
it'd bear. He was very lucky in the
Yes.
farming.
There's a knack for that, and it was the production was very fruitful.
Yeah.
So when you look about things on the farm, you take it to the market to sell, or somebody used to pass by?
Somebody passed by the produce. But his mother was in Kingston. And we always pack up the tomato and the what. And he would take it out to the bus. And they take it to Kingston. And she would sell it.
Okay, she'd sell it at the market in Kingston.
Carnation Market.
Carnation Market. Okay. So when as a teacher, how much you used to get paid back in those days? It was a lot?
Because if I can't remember the 2 pennies we used to do. I don't even remember now. Let me see if I can remember.
If you can't remember, there's no pressure. But was it sufficient to help to cover the family, or you had to have other income streams to help and balance things out?
You had to, yes, does not tell us my husband used to do farming, until farm produce, and
Yes.
there was a shopkeeper there, Mr. Hanson. He was a very kind man. So we used to
Sometimes you take things from him and they pay him at a later date.
at a later date.
I understand. So answer helped out helped out in that regard. So when your husband died, how did you feel? Was he sick when he passed away or just died natural old age?
No man here, you know, well in those days, here, you know, old.
But he just died of natural causes. Didn't die
He
suddenly.
had asthma, man.
Had asthma.
Oh God,
You used to suffer with that over the years.
yes. And that was caused when you just go to the district was called Stanmore. And they used to use kerosene lamp, you know, kerosene
Yes,
lamp.
yes.
And you would have it there now and have his face over the lamp.
Yes. And inhaling the fumes and the
Right,
smoke.
that was,
Help to damage the lungs and all of those things.
yeah.
So it's over a period of time you developed that. You didn't really born with it? With the
No,
asthma.
no, not at all.
Develop it over a period of time?
Yes.
Okay. So any of the children did not suffer from those ailments?
Oh God. What?
Suffer from asthma as well? None of the kids?
Dave, man, Dave. Oh
Dave
my
had asthma.
God. Dave suffered. But the strange thing about it, you see, Dave would be up where we live now. And if him just go down by the seaside, the asthma gone. The hair,
Oh, the ear.
the fresh air or whatever the cause of it. Yeah.
So that helped his breathing when he went down to the seaside. So your children had any other illnesses growing up? Any of them ever went into the hospital or anything? Had any major accident?
No.
No.
Apart from the one that had the bronchitis and yeah.
So for the most part, they were pretty healthy. Okay.
Yes, one, because at least they're never hungry for.
Daddy.
Yes, man. And they had, like you have a ripe tomato. They used to go pick ripe tomato, like, how do they pick mango or something?
And eat it. That a vegetable help to keep them healthy. Okay. So we're wrapping up now, Grandma. Do you have any closing remarks you probably want to say to your children or to anybody who may watch?
Who?
Do you have any closing remarks you want to leave with anybody who's watching, probably your children, or just general speaking, you want to leave a closing remark?
Yes, trust in the Lord with all thine heart. And lean not to thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him.
Yes.
And he'll direct your path.
Yes.
He shall direct your path. Trust the Lord. The Lord is faithful who has promised. And he'll bring it to pass.
All right.
God bless everybody and keeping on, holding on to Jesus. Yes, in all your ways acknowledge him and he shall direct your path.
Thank you so much for sharing with us today, Miss Violet Reid. We really appreciate you spending the time to share with me and, by extension, the persons who are watching a little bit about your family and growing up and everything. Really appreciate the time you spend with us.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
And thank you all for watching and tuning in another time. Until we meet again, God bless.
Yes, thank you. Lord bless you.